And welcome back to our next portion of our Dungeons of Chaos playthrough. Now, when we left off with the main quest, we just talked to Lord Aldrich, who told us that our time was now, that we were ready to take on the winged creatures and defeat them. So, what we need to do is we're actually in the Elf City. We need to tell them that we are ready to take them on. You go to attack. Tells us that we should head to the mountains. That's if we follow the river west into the mountains, we'll actually find a canyon where the beasts are isolated and men are guarding them. So we will go attack, and that will finish out the storyline and the main quest. It did turn nighttime. Let's go ahead and click our light back on. It is a little tricky to navigate the Elf City at night. Tiny little walkways. But we have, for the major part of this playthrough, we have been very straightforward. We have taken quest by quest, followed the storyline. We did the side quests, the guild quests. We have leveled up a fair amount just with quests alone and the creatures that we have killed. And we are now ready to take on the evil that they have isolated in this cavern. This cavern kind of looks like it's part of the abyss. Walk into the cave and you hear a strange feeling that a faraway people are watching you, friendly people as well as unfriendly, and you can't help but feel that they're holding their breath. We go also all the way to the back of this cave. We should have a couple of elves, and they are guarding. Now, this is the final fight for Chapter 2 that we're about ready to do. And as of right now, we have a knight that is overall level 27, knight class of 12. Our ranger that turned around and went warrior and is now using a big two-handed sword. Our rogue that is now an assassin. We have a druid that is a geomancer. We have our mage that went wizard. And we have our cleric that went priest. And they're all within a handful of levels. 22, I think our warrior ranger, or ranger warrior, is the highest level, 34. He didn't die as much. And then our knight's 27. Decent amount of defense on everybody. Decent amount of stats. So I think we are prepared. Now we do have a handful of talent points that we have not used, that I've kind of put off on using. And this would be the great time to go ahead and use those and train them up. In particular, I'm going to put a handful into magic aura. Heal is as high as I can get because we don't have that much magic lore. We're not going to be using resurrection in this battle. We will use resist evil, so we'll go ahead and finish those out. The points that we have in our mage, we can't put it in magic. We can put it in mana rupture since we have a higher one. This is actually going to be a good investment. We're going to look at getting, I'm going to get level 5 on this, and then we'll put the points elsewhere. And of course we have our big go-to spell of Meteor. We'll go ahead and throw the rest in there. Geomancer. He's always going to be our big elementalist for this. Now we are a handful of points away from getting the next level on this, so I'm going to get level 6. on our meteor spell. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put this somewhere else. Now, of course, we get our mana lord a little bit too low. Now, with him, I am going to use our armor boost a little bit. So we're going to sink a couple points into that to get that to the next proficiency level. And then the rest, we can throw in any of the AoE spells that we want. He can learn Mana Rupture now, so we can tag a point in that. Heal is okay. We can always spec in a little further into Healing Aura. That's always going to be nice. We got one more point left, so we'll stick that in our Ignite spell just to get that taken care of. Now, as for these guys, they don't have spells, and we're not going to run back to any of the skill trainers. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just throw this into our stats at the moment. And of course, with our big warrior, he has a little bit more stats than that. So we're going to have a couple points left over. In the same way with our tank, we're going to put it into deck so we can have a little bit better accuracy. Not much, but a little bit better. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to save here, although it doesn't quite matter why we save here. Now, as soon as we go down this cliff, we are directly into battle. I hope you guys are ready. Now, when we talk to these guys, they're just going to tell us about the foul creatures. They have wings but can't fly, and so they're actually stuck down below. Alright, and going into the final fight. Alright, they are two-winged evils. They're undead, fast, and strong. Now with that, we're going to change some of our auto skills that default out. We're going to go with Magic Missile on him. We're going to switch over to, well, we already had it on Lightning, so we don't have to switch anything for him. Priestess that stay passive, all she's got to do is heal. We're going to keep our Wizard and our Geomancer Praetorius casting heal also, in case we need it. Those two are our support healers. And the other two are on attacking. We're going to start with everybody off at the moment. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mark one of the winged creatures. I'm going to put it on auto just to run everybody forward into their spots and get some of our spells being cast immediately. Let's go ahead and speed this up just a tad. Alright, now we have, as I said, we do have our Knight being pretty beat up on at the moment. Let's go ahead and pull him off. Let's pull the rest of our guys off. I'm going to go ahead and rage. Now instead of, we're going to go ahead and see if a good heal will do that. 400, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply Poison Boost. They are undead, so they're probably not going to get poisoned, but I just want to see if they do have that. And to get our Knight out from being flanked, I'm going to move him down to the side. I didn't mean to move our warrior, but it'll be alright. Go ahead and drop a meteor there. Put our warrior back on auto. There we go. Now we have them separated. None of them are flanked. We'll put our priest back on auto. Use aura. Alright. I believe our assassin can go back on auto for a little bit. Go ahead and use our rage. Go back to casting. Go ahead and use determination. Shield bash. We should get a pretty good hit on this one. There we go. 1945. Okay, so these guys now started spawning, looks like skeletons. Our wizards that'll be pulled off, he's already off of auto. We'll put our knight back on for the time being. Once this rolls out, we're going to do Mana Rupture. That should take care of them fairly quickly. There we go. Mana Rupture just kind of eats those little guys. pretty good. We're getting in some pretty good hits on our knight here. Let's get back off. Taunt them just to go ahead and get them distracted a little bit. Bit of a debuff. We're going to pull our priest off, and we're down in the yellow now, so let's go ahead and start casting some of our big spells here. I'm going to go ahead and use Holy Chant. We'll put him back on auto here. I think we got Determination on our warrior still. Let's throw Meteor. We got rid of one, so let's go ahead, get rid of Mark. Go ahead and throw it. Use our Determination here. That was a pretty good punch there. I think we just about got it. It looked like that meteor. Let's jump to the back part of it. No, that was Jamek that shot it. But yeah, our meteor hit him for 1,544. I wonder if meteor actually picks up Holy Chant Blessing on that, because that really did quite the damage on him. Go ahead and use our other Determination on it. There we go. I think one or two more is let it go ahead and pop him. Yeah, you see that meteor on that right, that white, bashed him pretty good. So I think meteor does pick up, since it is physical in their physical forms, picks up that holy chant. And there you have it. We finished out the final battle for Chapter 2. I'll let you guys go ahead and read the following text with the epilogue after the battle. There we go. Congratulations. We have successfully completed the first 2 chapters of Dungeons of Chaos. Now the rest will actually come in. The rumor has it in March is the planned release for Chapter 3. Could be a little before, could be later. It depends on how quickly Volker gets that through. Now down at the bottom it does have our playthrough stats. Now after 349 days of in-game time, we've had 191 player levels. We have advanced through 6 of our members. and we've killed 1,100 monsters, had 50 deaths. That is actually pretty good. Of course, we did kind of reload a couple of those. And we took 359,000 damage, and we dealt 958,000 damage. That's pretty good. Alright, well, I do want to thank you guys for joining us in the playthrough. That was the first 2 chapters of Dungeons of Chaos. If at this point you did have save on map entry, it's going to load you back at that fight. If there's other things you want to do with your team, go ahead and die during that fight. You'll respawn during into the shelter with Parnos. And then you can carry on doing whatever you want with your team before finishing out that final battle going into Chapter 3. And again, congratulations. Have fun.